Hi there, my name's Aaron Short. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today is Monday, December the 9th. Happy holidays. And I'm not late this week because I'm late for everything else, so I'm not late for this. So there we go. Thanks for joining me. Just a casual one today. Just any Q&As. I've had a few questions come in. Look, I always say this. I had a few questions come in on social media. I do not reply to them anymore. I send a standard message. Please join me on the Monday. That's what this is for. But sometimes I don't know the answer to the question anyway. It's better to get everyone's input. So if you can bring any questions here each week, I'd really appreciate it. Send them along and I can give you my experience and people in the chat can give you their thoughts and opinions as well. So I know we had one about a looper pedal the other day. I had a crazy week. I had a gig. I did my Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And then I did Friday, Saturday, and 2 yesterday. I'm surprised that I'm even out of bed, to be honest. Which is, there we go. Feel pretty good, actually. Feel pretty good. I have a coffee, a black coffee. No more cream and sugar for me, at least for the time being. So I'll give you some updates on a few things. And then, yeah, let me know if you've got any questions for me to answer. I'll probably be on for about an hour today. First of all, I'll just come in and say hello to the early risers. We've got Boomer here. Good to see you, Boomer. Thanks for joining us. Kevin is here from Indiana. Good to see you, Kevin. Graham's here again from Manchester. Always good to see you, Graham. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Any updates on your pickup situation? I'd like to know what you're doing with the Cole Clark and the Cole Clark pickup system. Let us know what you think about that. Keep us updated. Hopefully there'll be some more news on all that at NAMM in January, which I will be attending. Lee, thanks for moderating. The blue wrench means that they're moderators, so thanks, Lee. Good evening, Aaron and everyone in the chat. And David Belcher, how you doing, David? Good afternoon, everybody. Patsy's in Suffolk, UK, and Rosanna is in a stormy UK. It's raining here as well. And again, thanks for moderating. That's fantastic. So a bit of news today. I mean, last week I asked you what you bought in the sales. And I bought a load of strings which just arrived. I was just thinking you got to be careful with that. Like, what if you decide to change the string gauge of choice and you've ordered like $500 worth of strings? I don't think that I will, but I was just thinking yesterday, oh, maybe I'll go down to 11s. I thought I've just ordered $500 worth of 12 gauge strings. Anyway, yeah, we live and learn from these mistakes over the years, don't we? I don't think I think I'll always need 12 gauge on some things, so it'll be fine. But just made me think of that. I noticed I just ordered a couple of things. I wanted another spare microphone from Sweetwater. I noticed at the minute if you add stuff over there, they're going to throw in like a 10% discount on your cart at time of checkout. That's really nice. So I got a new speaker cover, a microphone. Actually, I may have got 2 microphones because I use the Sennheiser mics and they're currently, like, they used to be 200, now they're like 150, then it's 10% off the 150. So I think I bought 2. That's the kind of thing that I will need a replacement for eventually again. So I think these are some of the lowest prices we're going to see. If I go to buy one of those in 5 years' time, it's going to be quite expensive. Not that you should hoard stuff, of course. Don't hoard things. It's not worth it. But I just know I'm going to need another one of those anyway. So still some great deals. I'm still getting hammered with emails from different stores and companies. It's actually annoying. I want to unsubscribe from most of them now. But that's a good deal from Sweetwater. And another good deal from Sweetwater is this. So please click on this. Remember, if you click my link wherever you are in the world, even if you don't buy something, it all helps my reputation with Sweetwater. So please click any links to affiliates that you see, even if you don't intend to buy anything. If you click that link, you'll see, in fact, I'll do it myself, and you will make sure I got the right one. And you will see the VoiceLive 3 Extreme is on sale, which our friend David told me about earlier. So if you're on the fence, look, there's a few people I know that have tried these that don't like it. I'll be honest with you. This is my favorite pedal. This is my desert island pedal for acoustic singer guitarists. I couldn't live without it. I have been hoarding these. Because if they ever stop making them, I don't know what I would do. This for me is the ultimate all-in-one pedal. Again, for me. But it is back in stock, and it is currently $100 off at Sweetwater. And the great thing about buying it new from Sweetwater is you'll get that year warranty. They give you a 2-year warranty. If you register it with TC, you get a 3-year warranty. They don't stack, but basically, if you buy a new one, you're going to have a 3-year warranty and support from Sweetwater. So if you're interested at all, this is a good time to buy it. $639, and you get a new one with the warranty. So I love this thing. I was just thinking yesterday how much I love it. And if you've got any questions on that, let me know in the chat about how I use it. And I use it a very simple way. I basically use one preset. I use it like a pedal board, and I can talk through that if you need me to. But yes, VoiceLive 3 Extreme on sale, $100 off. Pretty great. So Virginia and Nathan are here from Ottawa, Canada. Good to see you guys. How you doing? Alfie's here. I'll tell you the story of Alfie. That'll be a fun story. Back in London now after a couple of months in New York City. Good to be home. Hope you're well. So I was playing. I'll tell you the whole story because that's quite interesting for me anyway. I was playing my Saturday gig, which I just did this Saturday. I'm not going to be there anymore, unfortunately, but for reasons I won't go into. But it's been a great gig. This Saturday was incredible. And a few months ago, Alfie was there, and he requested a song. I could pick up on the British accent. And I asked where he was from. It turns out he's from the same place in England. I won't say where, Alfie, in case we don't want people to know. I don't want to get I don't want to dox you. But we're from the same part of England, basically, right, originally. So that was really cool. And when I got home, I Googled him, and I realized that he's done a lot of Oasis covers. I'm sure I've seen some of his covers before, which is really cool. So check out Alfie's channel if you're into Oasis covers. And then he did come out to my karaoke one night and sang some Oasis songs as well, and some other songs too. But that was really nice. Very nice. That was all around the same time that I ran into David, Alfie, and also Wallace. 3 people at once from the channel, which is nice. Well, Alfie wasn't at the time, but now he is, look, because now he's in the channel. Very cool. Thanks for saying hi, Alfie. It's good to see you. And keep in touch with us and let us know how your music's working out. JJ's House of Jams. Rock on, everyone. Can't believe I got a notification from YouTube for the show. Normally have to look for it. Yeah, that's annoying. Do make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you ring the bell. And I actually noticed the other day, when you ring the bell, so if you go to YouTube here, and where is, I can't even see where the bell is. Oh yeah, you have to be on my actual channel. And then it says subscribe, and then there's the bell. And then when you click on that bell, it will say like some notifications, no notifications, or all notifications. So you got to make sure that you've selected all notifications if you want to be notified of the live streams, I presume. And then also you've got to go to your settings on the phone and make sure that notifications are enabled for YouTube as well, the app itself. If in doubt, I would delete the app, reinstall it when it says, do you want to allow notifications? Yes. Then go to subscribe and then make sure all notifications are turned on. It's quite the mission, isn't it? I think it's easy when you first subscribe to a channel, just remember to do that. But if you've already subscribed to someone and you didn't do it at the time, then you might forget how to do it and where to even go to do that. But that's probably what's happening. Oh, sometimes there's probably glitches in YouTube as well. But I'm glad you got the notification. That's really good. It's good news for me. David bought a Vola Oz V3. Nice guitar for the money. There's that old thing, for the money. Let's see. Vola Oz V3. Let's jump over to the website and check it out together. Can I react to it, or is that rude, David? I tried a Vola years ago at NAMM, and it had a, when you talk about thick necks, it had a really thick neck. But I believe some of the guitars now have a thinner neck, which is good. Nice mute button here. I can mute it while I have my coffee and not make noises. All right, so if this is the one that you got, and what color did you get? Well, I'm not sure. I'll tell you, I'll just react to it. I'll choose my favorite color. Maybe it's the blue. Oh, I like that. Or this one. Maybe. That's quite nice. Maybe that. So, there's some features here that I really like. It's got their proprietary kind of strap thing here, which is fine. I never tried that. Regular output jack. And then you've got HSS, which is my preference most of the time. I like SSS just to have it for the classic kind of thing, but HSS is more practical to me. Oh, thin. Okay, good. I didn't like the big old tree trunk necks they used to have. Okay, so sunburst. Okay, I really like the bridge. I love these saddles. I cannot stand the vintage saddles. They're uncomfortable. And I actually bought a set of these to put on my mod shop Strat. Usually hardtail guitars come with these, but my hardtail mod shop Strat didn't come with these, and I want these, so I bought a set from Stu Mac, and I'm going to just switch out the saddles. Should be quite easy. Might need to set up as well, though. But I love how they feel. Now, they're still a little bit sharp. They're not completely smooth, but they're not as uncomfortable to me as the vintage style ones. HSS, like I said, I like that. I do like having a push-push switch to allow me to split the bridge, so I can still have the single coil bridge. My Sir doesn't have, well, the Sir behind me has that. My other Sir, that's the one I'm probably going to end up keeping, doesn't have that, which is annoying, but that can be added in the future. This one has the maple neck. I prefer a rosewood neck, like a darker neck fretboard myself, but that's personal preference. Yeah, it looks great. And then lately for me, the only things that I kind of insist on a modern Strat like this are stainless steel frets. Man, I've got a lot to tell you about stainless steel frets in the next few weeks. I haven't made any videos since last Monday because I've been so busy gigging. But let's just say the fire of stainless steel frets has reignited in me, and I'm going to be ranting about it a lot. So, I don't know if this has them or not, does it? I'm guessing it doesn't for the price. I'm just looking. Oh, it might be quicker for you to tell me. I can't see there. But 9 to 42, I prefer 10s myself. 9s are very comfortable, but I like 10s. Yeah, I do like stainless steel frets. I do like lightweight guitars in general, like especially electric, and I do like non-noisy pickup. They don't have to be noiseless. In fact, there's not really such a thing as a noiseless single coil, apart from Fishman, what they do, because they have to be charged up. The Sir noiseless system is not noiseless, it just takes away the cycle hum. So are these noiseless or not? Let me know. But I mean, yeah, like you said, for the price, the quality looks fantastic. The price sounds great. It's a nice modern take on a Strat. So yeah, I'd say congratulations on that. And modern C neck. Good. Yeah, it looks very cool. Just let me know what the pickups are and what the frets are, please. That would be good info. All right. I'll try and check those out at NAMM if they're there. So Manchester says, still thinking about installing the PG3 into a J200. Still waiting on the Yamaha Tag 3. They keep putting the date back now. Yeah. I really want to check out a Tag 3. I don't know if I want to buy one. I think I'll wait for NAMM and try it at NAMM. And if I love it, I'll see if they'll do something with me for a video. Because I bought way too much this year. But I really want to try it. Installing the PG3 into a guitar is something that I'm tempted to do. I actually messaged someone I know to ask if they could do it. It's just there's no going back. I wish they'd make a version that could go in the sound hole and have the battery in the guitar. That would be a nice middle ground option, and I would definitely try that and review that. If I didn't like that, if I really wanted to... I use the controls on top of the PG3, that's why I'm still gigging with that system. If I really wanted that, I would... If I found the right person, I would put it into another guitar. but there's no going back. And if they make a mistake, you're done for. So that's what's holding us off. Whatever you do, I'd wait for NAMM in January, because who knows? They might even update that system or something. We don't know. So definitely wait for NAMM and see what's announced from different companies, including Cole Clark. So this is the same company. This is the Vola guitar. Same company that builds the made in Japan Fenders. Oh, nice. Because they're highly regarded. John, how you doing? Good to see you. Same builder that builds them. Okay. And you can tell just by looking at the photographs that the quality is there. But, you know, why shouldn't the quality be there? Why do guitars... Why are we seeing guitars now for $20,000? Well, they're collectible, okay. So why are we seeing guitars for 15? Well, they got rare woods, okay. But you see some amazing guitars at $500 to $1,000. I haven't reviewed the Squire. I've got the Squire I mentioned last week to review, and I will be. That's a $100 guitar. I can't wait to check that one out. Rex, how you doing? So Rex just got a Bose S1 Pro Plus. Really enjoying the Bose S1 Pro Plus with the free, so the transmitter came with it. Used your link. Thank you. Anyone, if you ever order something and it's on sale, please do use the link. It all helps. Hope you got credit. I hope I did too. Our local guitar center seems to be acquiring quite a few used guitars and gear. Yeah, you know what? I got to tell you, I did a video a while ago because I've got friends that will say, "Oh, Guitar Center rip you off with the you know, look. There was just a whole thing on YouTube with a pedal company where someone said, are they ripping us off? And there's a lot of people that say Guitar Center rip us off. Companies need to make money. I try to tell musicians and YouTubers this as well. We are a business. You play gigs, you're a business. You make YouTube videos that promote products and show people what they sound like, how they work, and give your opinion, whether that's a good opinion or a bad opinion. It's a business, and you're promoting, potentially selling gear, right? So, it's the same with Guitar Center, used. When you take a guitar to Guitar Center that you bought brand new for $3,000, and it's in mint condition, they look at the market, they look at what they've sold for, which is obviously what everyone should do, and they determine they're currently selling for $15. Well, they're then going to give you, $750, because they are going to sell it for, guess what? $15. And guess what? They need to make money. So that $750 that they've taken from you is the money they're going to make for selling it. Now, on a good day, they'll actually give you higher prices. I've had some pretty fair prices lately. I've been going down there a few times. I've been there a few times now. And I've had prices that I thought, well, on a bad day on Reverb with the shipping and the fees, I'd make the same money. I think it's a great service they provide, and I'm glad it's there, especially in the climate now. I tell you what, there's nothing selling now. It's incredible that a few years ago you couldn't find a guitar, and now they have all these sales that are still going even the week after Black Friday. There's a ton of inventory out there that's just sitting on shelves. So they got to make money too, and that's great. You can go there tonight with a guitar, and they will offer you a decent price for it. Now, you haven't got to take it. You can always go and sell it yourself and do that work yourself. But they have the reach, and they have the website, and that's why they're paying you that money. That's why they're making that money. They totally deserve it. And yes, I feel very strongly about that with musicians and YouTubers too. If you're doing anything full time to any kind of professional level, you should have that attitude. And same with Guitar Center. You should be very happy that they're even willing to buy stuff off you, and you should understand that they're going to be selling it on and making a profit for themselves. Think of the overheads that Guitar Center has, and I'm pretty sure they ain't making a lot of money these days. So you're right. They do have a lot, and the reason I'm saying this is the times that I've been down there, there's always people in there trading and selling gear, and they always take it, which is pretty amazing to me. And for that reason, keep an eye on Guitar Center, because if they do have something used, you can order it. And if you don't like it, you can return it to your local store and just eat the shipping to you. That's it. which is also a great thing. I really hope Guitar Center don't go away. They get a lot of hate, but that's amazing that we have a place where we can find used gear and try it so easily and then return it to the local store. And they don't mind because it's already used. So if you scratch it and it's already in a, if it's in a kind of scratched up condition and you add another very small scratch, it's not the end of the world like it is with a brand new guitar where they then can't sell it as new. So Virginia says, Virginia and Nathan, sorry, are the stainless steel frets a sound thing or durability? So I don't know yet if they affect the sound. I haven't used them on enough guitars. People say they add a zing. And then again, to me, I'm thinking, is a zing in the sound, is that necessarily a bad thing? I mean, it could be a good thing on certain guitars. But it's mostly for durability and playability. They're stainless. When you polish them up, they're not going to go tarnished over time. And they're not going to wear. I mean, I think a lot of us will say that our frets can wear within months when buying a new guitar. And I just have this thing lately that I don't want to bother with it. I've sold 3 amazing guitars in my lifetime that I wish I hadn't sold, but I mostly sold them because they were starting to get beaten up. And most importantly, the frets were wearing out. So I'm completely aware I could have had them refretted, but just for me, the thought of finding the right person and paying the money, and then I hadn't tried stainless at the time. What if I don't like the stainless frets in the guitar? So one reason I'm investigating stainless steel frets is to give that opinion publicly to people. I want to have an opinion based on my own experience. I've only had them so far on my Sir Strats that I've owned over the years, and I think they're great on those. I think they're amazing to play, and I wouldn't be without them. And then I tried them in a Maton Joe Robinson guitar. I loved how they felt. I thought that guitar sounded great. I thought the guitar sounded bright, but that's made of maple bright woods. Maple. So I knew it was probably the woods doing that. Also, I felt like the frets were kind of hurting my fingers. And it's funny, I heard Tommy Emmanuel say the frets can hurt his fingers. But actually, I don't think it was the fact they were stainless steel. I think it's the frets that are used in that model of guitar. They're kind of a weird size fret. So the frets in the guitar behind me, that Sir, they're absolutely fine. They don't hurt me at all. So it's got to be the fret wire, the size of it. So definitely during 2025, I'm going to have some kind of firm opinion on stainless steel frets, and I'm very excited to do so. I know our friend Dr. McFarland that watches this show sometimes. He got some Kiesel guitars that ship with stainless steel frets. They're pretty good value too. I haven't tried one yet. But he loves them so much, he doesn't want to own guitars that don't have them. I totally get it. Because if you can find a great acoustic guitar or electric guitar that sounds exactly how you want and plays exactly how you want, as long as you take care of it and you keep it in its hard case with humidifiers throughout the year, especially during the winter months, that guitar should then potentially just last forever. The first thing that goes in guitars is the frets, and then then it can cause intonation issues, buzzing, affect how your guitar's set up. You can have it leveled and crowned, but then you've lost some height on the frets. It's just so old to me. It's such a mistake. I can't think the right word. It's a tragic mistake to me that guitars now don't all just ship with stainless steel frets. So you find a guitar you love and you just play it. So I'm pretty passionate on it. My next big step for me is to take a main gigging guitar and have that refretted with stainless steel so I can record it before and after, and then give my thoughts on the sound and feel, and then gig it for a few months and see if there's any wear whatsoever on the frets, which I don't think there will be. Bedoin, how you doing? Good to see you. Lee says, time is money. No one works for free. Yes, I agree. Having said that, you guys are always here helping me moderate the show, and I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. But I don't expect you to do it if you can't. And, you know, I just think there's just a level you get to, and especially I feel very strongly about it in music, like playing in bars and things. I read so many comments lately from people talking about, oh, I can't charge this, I can't charge that, I can't do this, I can't do that. Well, why can't you? If you don't do it, then it's never going to change. You know, you have to be your own kind of union when you're a freelance person, right? Kevin says, shipping is always shocking if you're selling and need to add insurance to an expensive guitar. Then new guitars, they ship for free. Yeah, I agree. Shipping can be very expensive, depending where it's going to. Some shipping through Sweetwater used and Reverb used can be very reasonable because they have these deals with them. Having said that, I shipped one last week. It was very expensive. I was going to somewhere in Florida, and it was like $150 shipping. So that's quite a lot. And if that was going out to the West Coast, like California, then that would be probably $300, $400. But you're right; it depends on the value of the instrument as well. And that's why it's great just to waltz up to Guitar Center and say, "Hey, what will you give me for this?" And they hand you the cash or a check, and you go home. You haven't got to deal with any of that. Or my favorite one lately is months later getting messages from people on Reverb saying, hey, found a problem in this. And I'm like, well, first of all, if there was a problem when you got it, you should have told me within 7 days because I paid for insurance. Second of all, there was no problem when I sent it to you, unless something happened in shipping, of course. And third of all, like, why are you reaching out to me? Now, I don't mind helping people if I can, if it's something about the history that might help them. If I bought it used and they want to know if I know something about the previous owner, blah, I don't mind that. I would probably be the same. But these are issues you wouldn't have to deal with if you just sold them at Guitar Center. And certainly don't start a YouTube channel because then everyone knows all your business at that point. Rex said, Guitar Center made a fair offer for an old PV Escort PA with 10% discount if taken as credit towards a new purchase. Sold it to one of my bandmates at a discounted price. Otherwise, would have gone with GC. Exactly. They'll give you 10% off the new... if you use it as store credit that day and buy something else, they'll give you 10% off that as well. So there you go. John Berry, have you ever considered playing along with backing tracks at your gigs? A lot of venues here are asking for that. That's a great question. That's something that I'd love to go into detail about. You know, I've thought about what to do next year with these videos. I'd love to do more videos on this whole gigging thing, how to gig. And that would be one of the topics in one of the videos for sure. To backing track or not backing track? That is the question. So this is just a purely subjective, personal thing. I can understand why some people want to take a guitar and some kind of powered PA speaker, plug into it and just perform. I totally get that. I used to do that myself. When I started gigging, I did just that. I had this big old heavy PA. I plugged the mic and the guitar straight in and I played. And for me, there was something pure about that. You know, the guitar, even though it was a crappy pickup at the time, it was like I wanted to go straight in, have a pure sound and just be pure, you know, pure acoustic. There was something really important about that for me. So spin on to now, and you know, once I moved to America, I started using the TC Play Acoustic, and I was afraid to use the harmonies and the looper. I thought people would laugh at me. I dabbled in loopers before. I wish I got into looping years before, like 10 years before, because it would have been really cool back then. I mean, now everyone loops, right? Now everyone does it. But now, spin on to today, I loop every song. And I use a click track when I loop with the VoiceLive 3 Extreme. Again, that's on sale right now. Here's a link if you want to check them out. Definitely check them out because they're on sale and they might go up in price next year based on current events. Apologies for the planes flying too. But at least the heater's off now. So now I've actually started using the click track, but that click track is a kick drum. Sounds great. And it's in my ears only. So it helps me with my timing. So yesterday I played for 8 hours. So I did the first 4 hours with just through the PA and the second 4 hours with the click track. And I like having the click track. It gives me that sound, extra sound. It makes me more inspired to play and keeps me in time. Well, a backing track would do that as well. The only thing with the backing track is you're stuck with the backing track. You can't change the arrangement. You have to do the arrangement that it gives you. And that's why I tend to avoid it. Am I against them? No. Now, talking about backing tracks, I've started hosting a karaoke, and that's one of my most favorite things lately to do. It's fun, it's interactive. The songs are recreated note for note with real instruments. You feel like you're in a band. It's like VR band, isn't it? You feel like you're in a band even though you're not in a band. It's great and it's accessible and people love it. And it's nice to see people singing and enjoying themselves and socializing and not on their iPhone. So I guess I'm not against back. I do use backing tracks. I run a karaoke and some weeks I'll sing most of the songs if no one sings. But to play to, yeah, I would do it. The only thing you got to be careful with is you've got to mix it really well. You want the sound to be mixed and blended just right. I don't want it to sound like I'm playing guitar and singing on top of a track. I want it to sound like I am the track. I'm in the track, right? I did actually just get another Beat Buddy. I think I mentioned it. And I'm going to return this one because you probably can't see it, but the screen is covered in scratches. Let me see if I can get it. It doesn't really show up, but you can see them in person. There's a lot of dust on there. All those little micro scratches, look. I have a theory. A lot of companies now are selling us these limited edition black pedals with gold knobs. Quad Cortex did it, and now Beat Buddy are doing it. I have a theory, which I'm going to say, but it's just my thoughts, and I'm not saying this is what they're doing. But my theory is, like guitars, you know how they paint guitars sunburst, and they paint ugly wood? They're not going to use nice-looking wood, are they, and paint the sunburst on it. So they take the ugly wood and paint the sunburst, or paint it black, and they say, well, look, we've got a black Martin now. It's the Johnny Cash model. It's $5,000. Yeah, well, you didn't use the nicest looking wood, did you? You used the ugly wood. Why would you paint nice looking wood black? Well, I have a feeling that's the same thing with these pedal companies. I don't know if it's true or not, but I have a feeling they're taking B-stock units and just painting them and selling them as limited editions. Same, I think they're the same price. That might be, actually, this one may be a little bit more money, but anyway, I do believe they've offered to exchange it for me. So that's fine. You know, as long as the company answers promptly and makes things right, I'm okay with that. So I'll update you on that. But that's a bit weird, you see, because you have the real drums going, which sound fantastic, and your guitar over the top, and you're thinking, well, where's the bass? In that regard, I'd rather have an actual backing track, I think. But why not do everything? Why not do some songs acoustic, some songs looped, and some songs with a backing track? Why not? So the VoiceLive 3 Extreme, you can load in backing tracks. So just use a backing track for a few songs a night, just to add variety. You know, I've seen Elvis Costello years ago. He played solo, and then right in the middle, he had a backing track for a song, and it was great. It just added a dynamic to the night. And please, John, share your thoughts on that as well, and everyone else. Lee says, I need to find two identical guitars that also sound the same and have one refret with stainless and playing back to back. Yeah, or one guitar you've known for years and then have it refretted. But you see, the minute you put those new frets in, it doesn't matter they're stainless steel. The minute you put the new frets in, they're going to be higher, aren't they? So the whole guitar is going to feel and sound different anyway. But I'll just tell you so far of the two acoustics, you haven't seen one of these guitars yet that I keep talking about, because I'm waiting for the video to make the video, and you're going to love it, Lee. You're going to be blown away by this guitar. Just to tease you, I was going to tell you about it, but I want to keep all these secrets from everyone as much as I can. So all I can say is I haven't done a scientific experiment yet, and I probably never will. But my experience so far is that all guitar companies should just be using stainless steel frets, and it's ridiculous that they don't. I'm sorry. I'm getting even more persuaded that way. That, like I said, the last link in the chain for me will be to have a gigging guitar that I've gigged for 3 months, refretted by Sweetwater with stainless steel frets, and then be like, okay, this is better, this is the same, this is worse, or this is different. One of those things. But there's just nothing worse. Like, I've got my HDC up for sale, decent price. I'm not letting that go for nothing. But I don't really play it anymore. I don't need it. So I'm willing to sell it, but I've hardly played that guitar, really. I gigged it for a few months, I think, and I haven't really played it. And the B string on the 3rd fret is starting to wear. You know, there we go. I just don't want to deal with it, honestly. I don't want to deal with even having that leveled and crowned. Look, it's not a big deal. And you're going to say, well, you just go to your tech and they do it, and it's cheap and it's affordable and that's fine. Yes, it is, but it's still unnecessary, I think, these days. But again, I'm not saying 100% yet. I haven't done a back-to-back with the same guitar, and I might decide that there is something about nickel frets that I prefer. Rosanna answered what I said. She said, I enjoy moderating and I'd be watching anyway. Well, that's good to know. I'm just saying, I appreciate your support, and you're always here, and it's not expected, but of course it means the world. Same with Lee. Oh, but Lee says she likes the power. But unfortunately, you rarely get to kick anyone out, do you? We don't get so many trolls anymore. YouTube seems to have cleaned up the floor a little bit. Lee says, if I swear, she throws a real wrench. That's what I should buy her. I should buy her a blue wrench. And then she can use it on Lee. Maybe Santa Claus will bring you one. Could be a weird gift to show up on the doorstep, though, if the neighbors find it. Jerry Lewis, how you doing? Hello, Aaron from Rainy Hot Springs, Arkansas. Was it Arkansas? I had someone from my gig on Saturday from Arkansas. And I said, oh, Arkansas. There's either that or another state that has that. I think it must have been Arkansas, because I can't think of another state that has a different pronunciation of the name. But anyway, thanks for joining. It's certainly humid, which is good for the guitars. Let's see what the humidity is in my room. You know what? I never spoke about this, but it's really, really cool. If you're into the Apple stuff, if you have an iPhone, Apple Watch, computer, all that stuff, and you have the sort of iCloud network, if you're in that family, if you get the HomePod Mini has a built-in hydrometer, and it shows up on the front of my phone, which is absolutely. I always meant to make a video on this, I never did. It's really cool. They're pretty affordable, and they work as a speaker. I actually use it as a mobile humidity reader. What do you call it? Hydrometer. I use it as a hydrometer, but of course you can also use it as a speaker. They're brilliant. So on the front of my phone at all times, it says climate 80 and humidity 45. And that is this room where I store the guitars. It's absolutely brilliant. And if you should check those out. So especially if you use Apple and Apple Music, because you can access your Apple Music on there and use it as a speaker as well. So expensive hydrometer, but totally worth it if you want to protect your stuff. And of course, it's always on there. If you go on vacation, you still get to see the levels on the phone. It's great. So Graham says Jam Zone is great for backing tracks. Very powerful. I did try that a while ago. I was disappointed it wouldn't send MIDI clock at the time. You know, if it doesn't send MIDI clock now? Because if that would send MIDI clock, it would send the BPM to your guitar pedal, which would put the delays in time. And you could also sync up the looper maybe as well. So I have to check that out again. So Jam Zone is an app. You put it on the iPad, you put it on the mic stand, and then you can buy backing tracks, and then you can take out the instruments you want to take out. So you could take out everything and just have the drums and bass, or you could leave in everything, even the vocal if you don't want to sing that song, which is kind of crazy. And then you can also rearrange it. So you can click on it and it will replay the chorus. So if at the end of the night you want to repeat the chorus a few times, you can actually do that. So you're right. I should revisit that, because it's been a few years since I tried it. And I'm sure they've made some changes to it since then. But I'd like to know if it has any sort of MIDI implementation, especially MIDI clock. Thomas, how you doing? Good to see you. Good to see the gang all here. Lee and Rosanna say hi. So Bedoin says you can change the backing track in real time with Ableton Live. Intro, verse, chorus, all as long as you like. A lot of work, but great. Yeah, I've always heard about Ableton Live being the ultimate looper. And I tried it once with the free trial, and I just could not get my head into it at all. I was just totally out of my depth. And I consider myself to be fairly competent with this stuff. But Ableton Live just scared the crap out of me. But that is the solution. If you want to do looping and backing tracks and live arrangements and integrate it with a band and all that stuff, Ableton Live is where you need to go to. Definitely. And one day I might look into it again, but be prepared to study if you're going to do that. Christopher Wester, I think you're new here, right? Good to see you. Problems with my VoicePrint DI. That's the LR Bag's VoicePrint DI kind of IR pedal. When I use it at church, it sounds great. I went to another church and the presets I made didn't sound that good. Do you have to make a new VoicePrint? Right, that's a great question. I love this question. So here's the thing. There's actually two parts to this. First of all, the easy answer is yes, you need to make it. Well, you don't need to. Okay, no. Let me take it back. You don't need to make a new VoicePrint. You can make a new VoicePrint. And why would you do that? Well, depending on when you make the VoicePrint, how you're positioned and what gear you're using, etc. It may have like more or less bass, for example. So you could try to make another VoicePrint that has a more focused sound. I'm just guessing now. Let's say in one church it sounds perfect, right? Let's say that's a small church, low ceilings, everything's great. Let's say another church has a huge space with a massive ceiling and your sound is getting lost. So the first thing you could do, like you said, is to make a new VoicePrint and try to have that capture less low end. That's not what I would do though. I wouldn't do that. I personally would make one VoicePrint that I think sounds great and I'm very happy with it. And then I would use the built-in features to adapt it for the room. And this brings me on to EQ that I did a video about last Monday that I'm very passionate about, and I just don't think people understand what I'm trying to say. So what I would do is I would make a great sounding VoicePrint. Sounds like you've done that already. And then you use the pedal to voice it for the room. So there's some pretty easy things that you can do. So let's say your sound's getting muddied and lost and too boomy. Obviously, the first thing you can do is the high pass filter that's built into the EQ section. You can bring that up anywhere between 80 all the way up to 130, maybe a little bit higher if you really have to. That will get rid of a lot of that low end mud. Next, you can use the blend control. So if you're 100% blend, it will sound a bit more distant and airy like a microphone. If you bring it down to 0 blend, which is just the pickup, it's going to sound a lot more dry. So you might, if let's say the place you're using at where it's working, it's at 80%, maybe the bigger room, you want to have it down at 50%. Maybe you want to have it off if it's really bad. You might actually want to turn it off and just use the pedal as an EQ pedal. But there's going to be some kind of blend of the VoicePrint and EQ settings where it sounds really good. You've just got to find what they are. And that's why this EQ thing is so important. You're not really EQing the instrument. Well, you are, first of all. The first thing you do when you put headphones on at home and make a VoicePrint or you're recording your guitar, the first thing you're doing is EQing the instrument because you've got headphones on and you're hearing that directly into your ears. But when you're at a gig, especially in a church, you're EQing for the room. That's the difference. And let's face it, most churches are large buildings. Most of them have high ceilings and large rooms and reflective surfaces, and that's what you're fighting against. So there's many different things that I could talk about. I don't want to go on for too long on this, but you definitely want to bring the blend of the wave. I keep using other terms from other companies. You definitely want to bring the VoicePrint blend down to around 35% and try that first of all, and then test around there. Just go as high as you can without it getting kind of muddy. And you definitely want to do a high pass filter. Even on a regular guitar, I've often done 120 in a regular room. You know, low end can get really muddy on guitars. People think you need it for the bass, but most people have too much, I think. And then you can also go in there with surgical EQ and notch out certain frequencies as well. There's also an anti-feedback knob, and that will bring down some of the resonant peaks in that IR. So use that as well. Try bringing that down all the way as well. So there's 3 things that you can try for now, and that should definitely help. One more thing, the phase. There's a phase button. Try different phases. Whenever you go into a new room, always switch the phase on the guitar, because one of the phases will sound better to you than the other one. One will seem to have more bass than the other. One will feedback quicker than the other, and one might sound better than the other. So there's 4 things you can try. Have you tried any car amps? You know, I think I have. I think I tried a car amp years ago in Manhattan, and I think I really liked it. You know, I kind of feel the same about tube amps as I do about stainless steel frets these days. you know, I love vintage guitars. I love the old traditional guitars, but I want them to have modern features like the stainless frets, like the modern flat saddles, like the locking tuners, right? I feel the same way. I still think tube amps have something that these modeling things into FR speakers do not have. Of course they do, as they've got their own characteristics. They are analog devices, but I don't think I'd buy an amp anymore that doesn't have like an IR loader built in and a load box built in. So my tube amp has 3 channels, reverb, EQ, line out with IRs. So it does everything. And I love that because it sounds great as a tube amp, and it also is versatile in other areas as well. I don't think I would buy an amp anymore that doesn't have that. I don't want some super modern like Line 6 Spider, but I want a classic amp like the car amp. I also want it to have a few modern features tacked on, like the built-in load and IR box and a solo boost, and just little features like that, just to make it a bit more modern. So that's why I like the Mesa Mark 7 that I have. That's really fantastic for that reason. Mesa just reissued the 2C Plus, right? Now I considered getting one because I bet it's great, but it doesn't have the load box built in. So I'm not interested for that reason. Jam Zone does do MIDI to a point. I'm going to check that out. In fact, let me download it right now so I don't forget to do it. Because that sounds like a nice idea. I was thinking the other great thing about having this karaoke thing that I have, the app I use for that, for the karaoke nights. If my guitar ever completely broke or went down at a gig, at least I could still perform to those tracks, right? Oh, actually I have Jam Zone installed. There we go. Oh wow, it comes straight up MIDI. I hadn't opened it. Version 3.4.0 out now. MIDI control for pros. Let's go through it quickly. If you're a pro subscriber, so you have got to pay for this, but you get bind a shortcut with any MIDI foot pedal. So I guess you can quickly go to an action with a foot pedal. Add virtual instruments and play them with MIDI input. Okay. Oh, that's it. I want to know if it's got MIDI clock. Because it's weird, on iOS, a lot of things don't have MIDI clock out. They can do, but they don't. I believe they can do, but they often don't, which I think is strange. Please tell me I don't still have a subscription to this app, because that means I'm paying money for nothing. I don't think that I do. But anyway, I don't see any obvious MIDI settings here. I'll look into it. I won't do it now. I really, really, really want MIDI clock. So it's interesting as well. The graphics on this are the same as on my karaoke. I wonder if the people that make my karaoke app also make this app. I think they might do. And I think they're all using karaoke version tracks. The only thing that annoys me about karaoke version is that the songs are not recorded to a click track. So that makes me wonder if these are recorded to a click track. I have to look into it, but I love it. You know, you get the song, all the big old chords on there. You can follow along. You can use it as a chart while you're playing. It's great. But there's a few things I look for in those kind of apps. Like I want them to be perfectly quantized, and I want them to have external MIDI control. So I'll look at that another time. We're so close. We're this close to being at the next level of live performance, but no one's quite got it right yet, unfortunately. All right, Thomas says, if I was playing in a band, would I go digital or use an amp? It's been a while since I did a band gig, but I think one of the last ones I did, I used an amp and mic'd it up into the PA. Oh no, I went direct out and it had no IRs on it. And it sounded great. It was my little Mesa Mark 525. Sounded so good. I don't have it anymore. I just have the Mark 7. That's a big amp, but you know, I don't do band gigs, so it's fine. I just like to play it at home and just to have a tube amp really. But that sounded great. Just a basic pedal board into that. Now I would probably take something like the Quad Cortex or the Kemper Player, and I have that Fender FR12 cab. I'd run it into that. That thing sounds really good. Is it better than a tube amp? Oh, I'm not going to say that, but it sounds really, really, really good. So if I had to travel light, Kemper Player into the Fender FR12. The Kemper Cab is great too, but it's proprietary. So Fender FR12 cab, Kemper Player, travel light, guitar, amp, a speaker, and a pedal in the bag. Good to go. Quad Cortex maybe. Really like that as well. So Quad Cortex or Kemper Player straight into Fender FR12 and then run a direct out of the pedal into the front of house for their sound, especially if I was doing my own sound. And I try to use in-ears. I want to do a band one day where we all use in-ear monitors and do our own mixes. So that's what I would do. Now, am I against using a tube amp? No, it's just that I bet if I had my Mark 7 and extension cab on stage, you can just about see it in the corner there. I bet that'd be incredible. But I don't want to take £70 worth of tube amps and potentially damage it and have to send it in for repair, and it's just not worth it. But it does have the line out. That's why I was really hoping when they discontinued. I think they've sold off a lot of the Mark 5 25 amps, the one I mentioned earlier that I loved. I was really hoping they'd make like a Mark 7 25 with the direct out feature and maybe retain. I guess they couldn't retain the 3 channels, but even a Mark 7 25 with 2 channels and MIDI control would be a really nice in between, or maybe a 35. Mark 7 35, 2 channels. Wish they could find a way to let you access all 4 variations of the channels, or 6, whatever it is. No, 9, I think it is. But some of that would be a nice hybrid, but honestly, no. I mean, Quad Cortex into that Fender FR12, that's an amazing rig. Absolutely incredible. So sadly, Jam Zone is now a subscription with 3 different plans, but still worth a look. Well, funny you say that, because my karaoke app that I use for my karaoke nights is also a subscription plan with 3 tiers. I think they're the same company. I really think they're going to be the same company. So what are the prices? Look, if you're gigging 7 nights a week, it's fine. Again, talk about being professional. It's fine to pay for these apps if you're using them 7 nights a week. If you're gigging out once a year, then of course it's not worth it, unless you're using it at home all the time. So the prices are $10 a month for premium, $20 a month for pro. Oh no, it says I'm already subscribed. Have I really been paying for this? I might be really glad you brought this app up, because I think I've still got my subscription to it. Oh no, that means I'm already subscribed. No, I saw I'm already subscribed. That means you click that if you are. I'll check it out tonight. I don't think I am. And I don't know which one. What do they even mean? Like, what do you get? It doesn't say what you get, does it? Oh, here we go. So the premium plan gives you everything the pro plan, but also, oh no, sorry, the pro plan gives you what premium gives you. It gives you better sound quality. I think that's really important. You can record the audio. That's nice. Stage Mix Pro, control audio routing to any output. That's nice if you've got a board as well. Add plugins from AU audio plugins. That's nice. MIDI shortcuts. Okay, that's nice. And a commercial license. Because a lot of these apps, like the karaoke app and that, YouTube Music, people use them for karaoke nights. You're not supposed to. You're supposed to have a license. That's why I do pay for the most expensive license of the karaoke app. It's called Carafun. I do pay for that because I'm using it commercially. Now, I'm sure a lot of people just use the basic one and don't pay, and just don't say anything, but that's up to you. Remember, this is all a tax. This can all go onto your taxes for next year. So that's why I do it. And there are some features as well that are nice. Like you can set who's the admin, so other people can't log into the app while you're doing the show and change things, because it's like a communal app where people add their own songs to the list. So you have more power over that. For that, is worth having the pro version, I think, especially if you're using it professionally. That's why it means pro, right? So for Jam Zone, I'm not sure. I'd probably get the most expensive one just to have the high quality audio. But again, just depends if you're going to use it, doesn't it? If you're going to practice with that every day, then it's worth it. If you're not, then it's not. John said, I suppose I could say that I'm here and all is great. John? I need context. Christopher, thank you, Aaron. Love your content. You're welcome. Yeah, give those things a try. And let us know if you get any success with it. West Country Blue, how you doing? Looking to put a reasonably priced pickup in my Gretsch Jim Dandy couch guitar. Don't really like the overall sound. Delta Lux, most people recommend you. I'm the wrong person to ask about Gretsch. I've never owned a Gretsch. I don't think I've even played one. So maybe someone in the chat can help you. Please chime in if you can. But I'm not going to even attempt this one. Sorry. I do, you know, I don't just play acoustic. I love electric guitars as well. And I'd love to get a Gretsch one day. But I have not even played one. I'm going to Google it now. Jim Dandy Gretsch. Oh, it's acoustic. Okay. Yeah, actually, I've seen these, I think. I think I've seen these recently. Let me take a look. Maybe I can help. Let me see. So it's a small body couch guitar. It is acoustic, right? I was thinking it was electric. It's not. Let me just read the question again. Reasonably priced pickup. Don't like the sound of the... I don't know what the Delta Lux is. Delta Lux. I need to look now. Let me see. Delta Lux pickup. Oh, it's a sound hole pickup. Okay. Just want to see what it looks like. Okay, no, I get it. So you've basically got a small body acoustic, and the pickup they sell for it and that people recommend is this kind of sound hole electric magnetic pickup. Okay. Yeah, I've never tried that one. So yeah, so you could use this, and it probably sounds more electric, I'm assuming, with the sound. And most of them do anyway. And then this one looks like it. I got a feeling this will sound very electric style. But it's affordable at $90. I'd say, I'm tempted to say K&K. And the only problem I have with the K&K is I feel like the high E, I don't want to say the high E string is weak. Maybe it's just reflective of the natural sound of the guitar. K&K themselves say that part of the top of the guitar can be quiet, and that's why the E can be weak, and they recommend most people put a undersaddle pickup in with the K&K. But I swear I've heard K&Ks where the high E doesn't sound weak, but I've experienced that this year with a weak high E string. I mean, again, not weak, but just, let's say, maybe not as loud as other systems, maybe not to my what I'm looking for, you know. So, but K&K at about $100 and low impact and everything, tempted to say a K&K Pure Mini. Definitely put that on the list anyway. I was reading up again about the James May Ultratonic, where he claims to have fixed that high E thing. He either sends you an upgrade kit with an extra disc to bolster that, or when you buy his Ultratonic pickup, supposedly it bolsters the high E. I kind of want to try it again, but it's an expensive experiment to do. And it sounds like that pickup is more money, or the same money as the guitar, so I wouldn't go that route if I was you. I'd look at the Pure Mini at around $100. Maybe try the Delta Lux pickup. Maybe try it. It is what they sell for it, I presume. If you really hate it, return it and try the K&K. I'm not going to recommend an Anthem or a Hi-Fi or anything, because they're as much money as the guitar. But, you know, that's up to you. If you love that guitar and you want to spend the money, then go ahead to get a Hi-Fi for it. If it will fit on the bridge plate, which it may not. And actually, you better check that with the K&K as well, that it will fit on the bridge plate. You're looking at the Diamond Tone Boss. So these are things I've never even heard of. Let's see. Oh, Diamond Tone Boss pickup. That's another sound hole pickup. I mean, I really like the Fishman Rare Earth blend. Fantastic system. Again, pricey though. But at least you can take it out and use it in other guitars. So add that to the list as well. Fishman Rare Earth mic blend. K&K Pure Mini. The Diamond looks okay. I mean, yeah, for sound hole pickups, I really like the Fishman. And if you don't want the mic, you can get it without the mic as well, or just not use the mic, and at least you can also use it in other guitars. But I haven't tried the Diamond Tone Boss either. But yeah, $77 looks all right. But again, it's going to have that kind of magnetic type sound. At that point, I think I'd rather go with the first one that you mentioned. You don't like the Delta Lux. I'd rather go for that, I think. Michael Also's here. Look. I see he played a gig the other day with the Grinch. So he won't be having any Christmas this year because the Grinch will steal his Christmas. Tommy, how you doing? What's up? Good to see all these acoustic players here today. Flux is back. Are you still using the JBL PRX1? What's your current opinion? I'm considering. So I was just thinking about that today, just randomly. I publicly, I sound like I'm a superstar. I publicly distanced myself from that product. You know, the app was in such a bad way. I didn't want to be associated with, I just thought it was unacceptable. Like, you can't release something with an app in that state. I do believe the app now is a lot better. I was just thinking the other day, maybe today even, that if I run into them at NAMM, I'd like to say, hey, I'd like to try one again. Like when the next update comes out, which I think is coming in a few months, I'd happily try one yet again. But I gave them back the one that I had here for the videos. So I don't have one anymore. And I can't store stuff like that anyway. It's too big. So I really liked it. I didn't like the launch at all. They do seem to have made it right. I would try one with a return policy. But based on my experience, I think I'd rather try the EV30M or 50M. I guess the 50M is the competitor to the PRX1. So I think I'd try either the big old Bose tower, and then based on inputs and everything that with a built-in mixer, I think I would go with the EV50M. But there are things on the JBL that the EV doesn't have, so you want to write down and compare them. So that's all I can say. Haven't played one since, but I have heard they've made it better. But is it good enough? I don't know, because I haven't done a re-review. I'd love to revisit it next year if they're interested. Tommy says, thanks for all the pickup reviews. You're welcome. I'm planning on getting a passive Shatton with a Tone X1 for my 000 Alvarez for open mics. Great, very good. I remember when I made the videos on the Shatton, I ran into the Les Shatton at NAMM, and he said, we sold so many after you made that video. It was one of the first times I thought, yes, these videos do have influence over people, don't they? That's a great system. I'm not currently using it. Don't know why I'm not currently using it. That's the kind of thing where it can sound incredible in a guitar, and it can sound okay in a guitar, as any soundboard pickup can. And I just mentioned that I tried the K&K again and didn't like the high E in that guitar. Maybe the Shatton was a better option, because now then the K&K gets glued in and you're stuck with it. So definitely try the Shatton, because it's peel and stick, and you can try it out and then see how you get on for a few months before you make your decision. Tone X1, that's on my list. I've thought for a long time that pedal will be great for acoustic. I can't believe no one's made any videos on that. And I actually just totally randomly, I ran into IK Multimedia when I was in Germany at Gear Street. And they said, oh, you made the video on the iLoud speakers, which I'm looking at right now. I love them. And I said, yeah. And I said, you know, I've always thought about that Tone X1. Why don't you do more acoustic stuff? That could be great for acoustic. So they gave me one, and I told them I would do a whole video on that. I had, again, just time. It's been a few months since we had that conversation. But the tone, especially with the new update, with the new effects and everything, yeah. Tone X1 with an IR loaded in and a decent passive pickup, that could be out of this world. So I think you're onto something there. Let us know how it works out. Same company. Again, I need context. If you put a message any more than like 3 minutes after we've talked about it, please give me context, because I forget what we were talking about. Good point to say that. Thank you, Boomer. Throw a thumbs up. If you like this stream, give the video a like. And as I say every week, if you are new here, or even if you're not new, please make sure you're subscribed and ring the bell. There's the like button there, that thumbs up icon. Click subscribe, ring the bell. When you press on the bell, it will say, what kind of notifications do you want? Say all, and then that'll give you all the notifications for my channel. So please do that. And also please click on the link that I posted in the chat today to Sweetwater, because that all helps me to show interaction there as well. And thanks for your continued support. Okay, I'll just go through the last questions. So Thomas Moore said, what do you think of the Apple Refurb site for MacBook Pros, and what specs and screen size do you need? Right, I've tried the bigger MacBook Pro screen. I think it's 16. If that's your only machine and you travel all the time and need to be productive, you would go with that. If you're using it as a secondary screen or traveling light occasionally, then go for the smaller one. Of course, the bigger screen is nicer, but it's also a much bigger machine, harder to carry. So that's a very personal question that only you can answer. Specs and screen size, that's specs is wild now because the chips that just came out are totally over the top for everyone. All the reviewers are totally overhyping them. You could go out and buy a used M1 Max and have a fantastic experience. You don't need an M4 Max unless you're doing state-of-the-art animation, like our friend who was here earlier, who's also a musician, Alfie. If you're doing what he does, then yeah, M4 Max, top spec, blah, blah, blah. If you're doing live streaming in 4K, Logic band projects, 4K video editing with 4 streams of video, even the M1 Max is still incredible. You don't need to buy the new ones. Look for a used or refurbished M1 Max or M2 Max or M3 Max. Pretty sure you can get an M1 Max and save a lot of money. And their refurbished site is good. It's almost like you're getting a brand new machine when you buy one. So yeah, do check those out. Of course, I will throw in here, if you want to spend the money, if you want to get an M4 Max spec'd out, then be my guest. It's not a bad move by any means. This is technology we're talking about. But the reality is that I kind of realize is that the M1 Max is still absolutely mind-blowing. Like, I'm sitting here with it now. It's great. The fan's on quietly. You can barely hear. I'm sure you can't hear it in the stream. Is it hot? It's a little bit warm, but there we go. We're running a 4K live stream right now on the internet. And it's just brilliant. I'm so happy with it. I want to upgrade, but I just can't justify it because the new machines. I did try the M4 Max when it came out, and it wasn't that much faster to explain. Okay, it was faster on like an hour-long video. Yeah, okay, it might save you a minute or 5 minutes. Great. But what I found was that the boot up time was slower than the M1 Max. That really annoyed me. I'm like, look, what do I do the most with these computers? Restart them. So I don't want it to take longer to restart the M4. So that went back to Apple. And don't get me wrong, I wanted to keep it. I want to have the latest tech. But when the latest tech isn't as good as the older tech, that makes it very hard to justify. Because tech does become worthless in 10 years' time. Any sub $1,000 classical guitars with pickup you recommend? I'm going to say Yamaha. A Yamaha classical, probably a good way to go. I mean, you could go Ortega like 500, but if you're talking 1,000, then go to 1,000. And I actually don't own a classical guitar yet at the moment. I probably, I want to say I probably should, but no, I'm trying to get rid of that attitude. I don't need one. I mean, maybe I need one for showing pedals or something. Okay, fine, but. If I could get one in some kind of deal, I would own one for videos, but I'm not going to buy one just to have it. I'm trying to downsize, still trying to downsize. But my go-to for that is going to be Yamaha. Because anything, when you say, what's the best bang for the buck under $2,000, usually anything is Yamaha, right? The Grinch. Strange character to have at a gig, isn't it? The Grinch. Hi children, I'm here to steal Christmas. Horrible. You might enjoy checking out Mackenzie and Mar Acoustics if they're at NAMM. I thought you were going to NAMM, Rex. But I'll check out as much as I can, even though it's one day less this year, which is annoying. I did get an invite to a party, my first NAMM party invite for a company. I won't say who it is in case I'm not allowed to, but maybe I'll meet some celebrity people. Tommy C says, thank you, you're welcome. I think I should have made that video 3 months ago. It would do really, really, really well. And I am going to make it because this weekend, next weekend, I'm off. And January, I have some downtime before NAMM. I'm definitely going to make that video, Tommy. So keep your eyes open for that. It's going to be coming soon. I knew it. Jam Zone and Karaoke Version are the same people. Oh, no. I meant Karafun. Karafun. I think they're the same people as well. And one day I will make a video on that, because if you're a working musician that owns a PA system, you should be hosting karaoke. It's a lot of fun, and it's a great additional stream to your revenue. And I've discovered the gear now to do it. And my gear for that is, my rig is fantastic. I've got a really great new XLR wireless system, and I've just got a new guitar wireless system, and they're both great. Again, these are videos that'll be coming soon, so I'm not going to tell you what they are yet. Jim, have you tried the new Trance Amulet Ultra, or have an opinion? Doug Young's demo has some interesting stereo effect. I'll have to check out his video. I haven't thought, my thoughts on that is I like what they're doing. It sounds like it's very customizable, and that's a really good thing to have in the industry. I never really liked the Trance Amulet. I tried it twice and it just didn't do it for me. The new version does sound like it's easier to install, and you can add external pickups to it, which is great from what I've read. But that's just not something that I'm... I mean, I would definitely check it out. If they could send me some guitars with them installed in, I would definitely put them on the review series, but I'm not desperate to check those out myself right now. Thing I'm most interested in right now is what LR bags are going to do going forward with the kind of Anthem technology and the hi-fi duet technology, and are they going to do something else? I don't know. I guess if they do, it won't be for another 10 years, so that might not be worth waiting for yet. But also, I'm really interested to see what Fishman do next, because they haven't done much lately. And I'm also interested to see if Cole Clark release more third-party versions of their system, because their system is very good. That's my main system I used yesterday. Yes, yeah, I've seen the posts about, I've seen the website and everything about what you're talking about. I'm interested to learn more, Jim, but I haven't put it on my list based on the experience I had with the Trance. I'll just say that. I really like the K&K. I just wish that high E wasn't so weak on certain guitars. You're welcome, Michael. I guess you're looking for a classical guitar. He's going to start playing the classics. Tommy C, my GK Studio Flamenco Classical Hybrid plays easy with great sound and mic blend pickup. Oh, nice. There we go. So check those out. That's why we have friends here to help me out. So GK Studio. I just saw those new Harley Benton acoustics. They look really interesting. I'd love to do some videos on them for them. But I now have a stockpile here of stuff to make videos on, and I have to get them done before NAMM. So I can't really take on anything new anyway until after NAMM. But I'm hoping to meet all these companies at NAMM and maybe set up some new videos for the rest of the year. But yes, I love an undersaddle and internal microphone can be really good. Who else is good? The company that makes the Bags guitar, Cadoba, they have a piezo and mic with a tuner system that looked great when I saw it. I don't know if maybe they do nylon, but I really want to check out that pickup system as well. If you are running a dual instrument live rig, acoustic guitar and a mandolin, would you use a LR Baggs VoicePrint DI as the first pedal in the loop, or would you hit a Boss tuner first and then the VoicePrint DI? Well, I always hit my tuner first, and the reason is you want the tuner to hear the purest signal from the guitar. Some preamps like the Tone Dexter and maybe the VoicePrint DI, they may have an effects loop. Oh yeah, you're saying it does have an effects loop, right? Oh, no. I think you're talking about another effects loop. Some of those preamps do have a thing built in for a tuner, and you plug into that. If they don't, if you're doing a conventional pedal board, then always put the tuner first so it hears the guitar, instantly. That's very important. You would never plug into a reverb and delay and then a tuner, because the tuner is going to hear the reverb and the delay. It makes sense, right? That may or may not have answered your question. Let me know. So the thing about this VoicePrint DI, I really like it, but I've always said from the beginning that there's, in mine, when I wear, especially when I wear in-ear monitors and listen closely, there's a noise in there. There's like a high-pitched digital noise, like a hum, interference kind of sound. And I don't like that. And I've told LR Bags that as well. And I wish they'd make a new version of it and try to get... I think it's because there's no preamp in there. That is a DI with the IR's creator. There's no preamp. I think it needs a preamp in there to boost the signal. That might help. Having said that, I also have a Tone Dexter too, and I think I hear it in there as well. So I think it's just certain pedals in certain environments. Like, I know this is a noisy room. I'm right above the garage, the generator in the garage. So that's not helping things. But there's plenty of pedals that I've used that don't have those noises. So I still don't think it's acceptable to have the noise. I'd be interested to know if you feel yours has that noise or not. Now, this is an easy one to talk about. The high E is low in volume using my full Anthem. Yes, that's so easy to fix, it's ridiculous. That is, I know exactly what that is. The bottom of the saddle in the guitar is not flat. So you, like the reason that you need to find a tech with like a belt sander that can sand that saddle perfectly flat. And if it then becomes too low because they've sanded it, a new saddle sanded to the height of this current saddle. If this happens all the time, that well, actually, there's another thing with the Anthem as well. The undersaddle pickup has to be all the way along in the slot because the end of it is not active. That's one thing. And then the second thing is the saddle needs to be completely flat. And you can hold the saddle up to like a metal ruler and hold it up to a light. And if you can see light under there, that means it's not flat. That's such a common problem with those kind of undersaddle pickups. I've seen it so many times. So you can easily fix that and it'll be great. And you should do that for sure. Will you be at NAMM on Thursday this year? I'll be there with Tone Wars. Oh my goodness, Tone Wars. I finally get to meet Tone Wars. I have to cancel. We'd love to connect with you there. Yes, I'm actually going to go for the whole week. The party I've been invited to is Wednesday. There's a press conference at Martin on Wednesday. I'm going to that. I tell you what, Martin fans, there's a lot of cool stuff coming from Martin at NAMM. It's really cool. And I get to film it all. So, Martin Wednesday, party Wednesday night, and then NAMM is Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yeah, I'll be there for the whole thing. Let's do dinner one night. Let's have dinner with Tone Wars. Or let's go to karaoke with Tone Wars. That actually would be awesome. I would actually make a video on that. Caraphone jams and karaoke version. Yes, same tracks, exactly. And it makes sense, right? Why continuously hire people to make those tracks? The only problem is why? Why are karaoke version tracks that all these apps use, why are they not recorded to a click track? It's so dumb. Please tell me the reason. Maybe it's so we can't just load them into Logic and edit them ourselves easily. Maybe that's the reason. I get that they sound more authentic. That's kind of cool. But who wants to go out with a backing track that isn't recorded to a click? That's crazy to me. I need to look into that some more. Probably need classical for a couple of Beatles songs for a tribute project, and I love her being one. You know, it's a shame you can't get like a Line 6 Variac. It's a shame you don't have a Helix because you're using the HX Stomp XL. A Helix with a Variax, because the Variax can do... Actually, can it do nylon? Actually, maybe it can't do nylon. It can do steel string acoustic. Can it do nylon? Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. It does banjo, sitar. I don't think it does nylon. But that would be something like that would be perfect for that. So yeah, check out the one that our friend suggested, and if not, look up Yamaha. Because Yamaha do a nylon with the atmosphere system. And I love the atmosphere system in the Red Label guitars. Someone did leave a comment for me saying they don't like it in the nylon guitars, but I would definitely try that. You know, there's someone else messaged me and said that the FS or the FG5 guitars are discontinued. Yeah, because they brought out the new 5 series are gloss finish, which is really cool. I guess to differentiate them from the 3 series. But Yamaha Atmosphere. Here we go. This could be absolutely ideal. By the way, Michael and everyone that's just joined us, this is the VoiceLive 3 Extreme. A lot of people talk to me about them. They are currently $100 off at Sweetwater. Check it out. Now, how about this? Look, check out this guitar. This could be absolutely ideal. $1,049. I'm sure you can get a little discount on that from Sweetwater. £4, 2 ounces, 3 in stock. And cutaway, nice rosette, and the atmosphere pickup built in. Fantastic. There we go. You need to check these out, Michael. This is the guitar for you, I'm sure. Because we know the quality of Yamaha is excellent. The atmosphere pickup system is excellent. And that's right within your budget. So I did say Yamaha, didn't I? And this is, I'd forgotten about this model. I would get this and I would give it a good try with the return policy. But I can't imagine you'll find much better than that. And they've got 3 in stock, which is pretty cool. Yeah, check those out. There might be another model as well. Forgot what it's called. But I mean, that pricing is right in line with what you're looking for. All right. So yes, thanks Tommy for your help. And he also recommended the Cordoba. Cordoba, a good nylon string brand. But I personally would go for that Yamaha. I know he likes a cutaway as well. Awesome. Rex says, have a great week, everyone. Just finished an hour bike spin, listening to Aaron and watching It's Wonderful Life in the gym. Very good. I can't wait to meet you at NAMM. You'll be the fittest person there, Rex. Did I hear party? We're on our way. Apparently, it's not that kind of party, Lee, unfortunately. It's going to be quite mellow. Mellow, like a meal and a glass of wine. Cheers, Graham. Yes, I must head out. I've got to go and do some shipping and some other things. Subscribe, ring the bell, watch out for videos. There are videos coming. I say that every week, but they are definitely going to be coming now because I've got some time off, unless a load of work comes in, like gigs, which would be nice too. But we'll see. Great info. You're welcome. Cheers again. Okay, make sure you subscribe, ring the bell. Take care. Have a great week. I'll see you in a video soon. Good night.
Six-string today, vintage wood, shiny frets, strumming blues while the sun fades. All these guitars can't help myself. Why can't I quit this ever-growing need? Oh man, goddamn, bought another six-string today, vintage wood, shiny frets, strumming blues while the sun fades. All these guitars can't help myself. Why can't I quit this ever-growing need? Sneaking inside, just another piece of art, a new love to find. Strings humming with with a history, each one with a tale. From the first touch of the strings, my soul sets sail. I see the look in her eyes, another roll of the dice. But in those studio lights, it's worth every price. I tell her it's the last one, just another fling, but the music calls my name with every shiny string. Oh man, goddamn, bought another 6-string today. Vintage wood, shiny frets, strumming blues while the sun fades. All these guitars, can't help myself. Why can't I quit this ever-growing need? Oh man, goddamn, bought another 6-string today. Goddamn, bought another 6-string today. Vintage wood, shiny frets, strumming blues while the sun fades. All these guitars, can't help myself. Why can't I quit this ever-growing need? Oh man, goddamn, bought another 6-string today. Vintage wood, shiny frets, strumming blues while the sun fades. All these guitars, can't help myself. Why can't I quit this ever-growing need? Sneaking inside, just another piece of art, a new love to find. Strings humming with a history, each one with a tale. From the first touch of the strings, my soul sets sail. I see the look in her eyes, another roll of the dice. But in those studio lights, it's worth every price. I tell her it's the last one, just another fling, but the music calls my name with every shiny string. Oh man, goddamn, bought another 6-string today. Vintage wood, shiny frets, strumming blues while the sun fades. All these guitars, can't help myself. Why can't I quit this ever-growing need? Oh man, goddamn, bought another 6-string today. Goddamn, bought another 6-string today. Vintage wood, shiny frets, strumming blues while the sun fades. All these guitars, can't help myself. Why can't I quit this ever-growing need? Oh man, goddamn, bought another 6-string today. Vintage wood, shiny frets, strumming blues while the sun fades. All these guitars can't help myself. Why can't I quit this ever-growing need? Sneaking inside, just another piece of art, a new love to find. Strings humming with a history, each one with a tale. From the first touch of the strings, my soul sets sail. I see the look in her eyes, another roll of the dice. But in those studio lights, it's worth every price. I tell her it's the last one, just another fling, but the music calls my name with every shiny string. Oh man, goddamn, bought another 6-string today. Vintage wood, shiny frets, strumming blues while the sun fades. All these guitars can't help myself. Why can't I quit this ever-growing need? Oh man, goddamn, bought another 6-string today. Goddamn, bought another 6-string today. Vintage wood, shiny frets, strumming blues while the sun fades. All these guitars can't help myself. Why can't I quit this ever-growing need? Oh man, goddamn, bought another 6-string today. Vintage wood, shiny frets, strumming blues while the sun fades. All these guitars can't help myself. Why can't I quit this ever-growing need? Sneaking inside, just another piece of art, a new love to find. Strings humming with a history, each one with a tale. From the first touch of the strings, my soul sets sail. I see the look in her eyes, another roll of the dice. But in those studio lights, it's worth every price. I tell her it's the last one, just another fling, but the music calls my name with every shiny string. Oh man, goddamn, bought another 6-string today. Vintage wood, shiny frets, strumming blues while the sun fades. All these guitars can't help myself. Why can't I quit this ever-growing need? Oh man, goddamn, bought another 6-string today. vintage wood, shiny frets, strumming blues while the sun fades. All these guitars, can't help myself. Why can't I quit this ever-growing need? Oh man, goddamn, bought another 6-string today. Vintage wood, shiny frets, strumming blues while the sun fades. All these guitars, can't help myself. Why can't I quit this ever-growing need? Sneaking inside, just another piece of art, a new love to find. Strings humming with a history, each one with a tale. From the first touch of the strings, my soul sets sail. I see the look in her eyes, another roll of the dice. But in those studio lights, it's worth every price.